The IHRA, the International Hot Rod Association, along with the Snow Outlaws, have come to a very frozen little Lake St. Germain, Wisconsin for the Snow Outlaws Shootout. Hi, everybody. I'm Ralph Sheen alongside my good buddy Ken Stout, and we are ready for an action-packed afternoon of some great snowmobile racing. Ken, we have three very exciting classes here and some really great racing ahead.
Let's kick this off the proper way. Happy Valentine's Day, buddy.
All right, back at you, sugar.
Yeah, we've got some great racing coming your way. You mentioned it before. Three classes out here. All of them are heads-up classes, so no index classes. First one to the stripe is going to get the win. We have the Pro Mods that we'll see. We have the Pro 55s, which have a little bit bigger turbo. And then, of course, we have the Outlaws, the big dogs that will come out here. The inline four cylinders, there is a twin inside of this category as well, but supercharged or turbocharged. These sleds making up to 1,000 horsepower, and in qualifying one night ago, they put on a show. A couple of sleds down into the 350s. The Eagle One did a great job. The Grinch was on a great run. That is Mike Allen. Unfortunately, it all went sideways. He grenaded that thing. Big boom, big fire right in front of everybody. Will not make the call here today, but we're looking forward to an exciting round number one of eliminations. They all go down, but only half come back.
Speeds upwards of 160 miles an hour and a 500-foot sheet of ice. It's going to be great. And to cover the action down on the racetrack and in the pit area, here's Danny Medine.
I'm standing in the Great White Dino, the most beautiful racetrack in snowmobile racing. If you love snowmobiles and you are not here, you are missing out. Last night, the energy was through the roof. Today, there is a shift down here. You can feel the tensions, the talk of the track changing. Boys, it is going to be an amazing show. I think you're going to wish you were down here.
All right, there's a great look at that 500-foot sheet of ice that we're going to be racing down here today. We are in the West Bay of Little Lake St. Germain, about 3.5 hours north of Green Bay, Wisconsin, up in what is known as the North Woods. And there, Ken, sits that Eagle One sled, and man, is that thing a rocket. We are that much closer to our first pair headed down the racetrack here today, Ken.
Yeah, that was Craig Campton, by the way, right at the very end there, that last shot. He is the man here, the Snow Outlaws, running this race. So very, very instrumental. He is also a key player at Hyper Sports, builds a number of the sleds. I'd say the better part of 60% of the sleds out here, both chassis and engine. So very, very knowledgeable. Speaking of knowledge, here's a little bit of information about the Outlaw category. As you can see there, not a whole lot of rules here for this particular class. Pretty much run what you brung. Hope you brung enough style of racing. You can see our number one qualifier up there at the top of the ladder on the left-hand side, Ethan Earhart with the Black Mamba. Congrats to him. R. Dustin, Tyson Anderson, that'll be a pair. Dominic Ertz will have a single here, as we talked about Mike Allen not being able to make the call there with the Grinch. The 515 first one to line up here.
That's Ernst.
The Black Mamba, Ethan Earhart, come out here and kick things off. R. Dustin and Tyson Anderson will square up here. R. Dustin, part of the Hogan Racing, was testing a week ago, HRC, and an HRC4 engine inside of that one. And lined up alongside Anderson out of Esterville, Iowa. Here we go, round one eliminations. And that compressed air system there, as you can see the cast system on the back of the 747. Nicely done there.
So this would be Jonathan Lenskow coming up here in the left lane, that brightly colored Tasmania, and Ben Trollard. Yeah, and Trollard will be in the other lane. Oh, actually, it's going to be the Eagle
Ernst.
One machine. That's Ernst. Looks like he's going to get
He's on a single here.
There he goes. The shoe comes out early.
I had a chance to talk to him before the race. That was a planned half track. They have it fat and happy right now. They don't want to lean on it until they absolutely have to. And pretty much the same thing last night. He said it was pulling left a little bit. He clicked it in qualifying a little bit early. I thought it banged a cylinder, but it did not. It was just pulling left a little bit, so he got out of it. But a planned half track attack here on this single to make sure everything is okay, and then they'll tune it up a little bit later today when they have some competition.
Now Lenskow will get a shot to go here as he'll roll in with Ben Trollard. Trollard in the Fallout sled, as it's called, out of Elegant, Michigan. So Lenskow moving into position. There's Trollard. Now the thing here too is they will be lined up. You can see crew will actually pick the back of the sled up and get the rider exactly where they want to be in the lane, ready to go. You can see them moving Lenskow over a little bit more right where he wants. Here's our starters, going to look at both racers. Quick look down the track, make sure everything is clear. Watch the light, we're gone.
Side by side, man, exciting battle right there, but it's going to be Lenskow. Great race.
Yeah, Lenskow put him away pretty fast. Pulled away from him right off the start. And Trollard did everything he could to hang on, but just couldn't stay in touch on that Fallout machine.
And just like that, round one for the Outlaws in the books. Wow, that happened quick.
That's the way it's going to go all day long. Now, they will have technically an hour from the moment they left the line till the time they have to come back around and be ready for round two actions. We get one more look at it. You can see Lenskow just powered away, put him away early. Well, let's go hear from Tyson Enerson. Danny has caught up with him in the pit area. Danny?
Yeah, thanks, guys. There is definitely an energy shift from last night to today. Tyson, we talked about you being the underdog with this cast system. Your snowmobile literally looks like a missile with that power boost on the back. You're pretty happy with how everything was set up. What should we expect going forward?
Hopefully go a little bit faster. We're still working with the system, learning it a little bit, kind of learn as we go, but it's working pretty well for us. We figured a few things out last night, made some pretty significant changes since last season, so we're glad things are working and moving in the right direction.
Is there a specific competitor out here that you have your target on?
Well, we have Aaron Kassler and Ethan Earhart next round. They're 515 Racing, some really good friends of ours, so kind of a little rivalry there, I guess, but it should be fun. Their stuff's working really well this weekend, so they should be fast. We got our work cut out for us, but I think it'll work in our favor.
We'll be right back for more of the IHRA Snow Outlaws after this on Speed Sport 1. Welcome back here on Speed Sport 1. We're with the IHRA Snow Outlaws in the North Woods of Wisconsin.
Yeah, and as we talk about our schedule here, we will not see the Outlaws in round number 2. Reason being is Pro 55 and Pro Mod will have to run an extra round based on sled count as we take a look at the rules here for the Pro 55. Basically, they're allowed a 55 millimeter turbo, so a little bit bigger turbo than what they're allowed in the Pro Mods. So consequently, these things are a little bit quicker, 159-inch maximum track length. Which is identical, by the way, to the Outlaws. Here's a look at the ladder with Brian Sullivan qualifying number 1. Jagger Ashley was trying to compete in all 3 different categories here this weekend.
Here's our first pair.
Scratched.
We'll see a handful of these Mustakis Racing entries ready to go. That looks like Jagger Ashley right there against Brian Sullivan on the John Deere machine, and Sullivan powering off the line right away, and the John Deere machine is going to advance.
Yeah, our number 1 qualifier doing what he did one day ago. Does a nice job there. 6-time Snow Outlaw champion is Brian Sullivan.
There's another look at it, and you can see that thing just kicking up some 60 feet into the air. A bunch of ice chips mixed with snow. Spectacular scene here. And now we're going to see Devin Kerrane and Matt Musselman scheduled to be our next pair. 1100cc powered machine. Kerrane ready to go in the orange machine here.
called Priceless.
That's the one closest to us right here. Crane and Musselman leave about dead even off the line.
Crane drives away, man. A former winner out here as well in this style of racing. See if they give us a replay here. We'll try to confirm that.
And Musselman in the left lane, right side of your screen, you can see he's left him pretty far behind.
Kosman out of Wilson, Wisconsin, aboard the sled named Farmall. Yes, referring to the tractor, the Farmall tractor. A lot of farmers that come out here and play ball, and there's a good look at it.
He's a 6-time Heydays Pro 55 winner, so he'll be a strong competitor all day. If he gets smoothly down the track here, he's going to go for a full run, not shutting that one off. And
Yep.
Kosman easily, as he should, moving on to round 2.
First place at Great Lakes as well, the Pro 55 winner, so a solid player there is Kostman. He'll
One
line
more
up
look.
alongside Musselman in the next round.
And you can see how smooth that sled went all the way down the track. Kept the nose planted down on the skis. He wasn't moving around at all in the saddle. Nice, easy pass. And now we're going to get to see Casey Downs and Chris Young up next. Chris on a Suzuki-powered machine.
Unhealthy Obsession. He actually has 2 sleds.
Yep. Reaper and Unhealthy Obsession.
We
believe
thought
he's
he was
been
on the
run-
Reaper, right?
Yep. Believe he's been running Reaper today and last night.
Another Hyper Sports produced chassis. As you talked about, the Suzuki / Arctic Cat. Arctic Cat basically based off of a Suzuki.
Casey in the right lane, and it looks like Young is going to just leave Casey at the line.
Yeah, it looked to me like it drug it through, so I wonder if the clutch activated. We talked about that pneumatic air switch, and I wonder if it did not function properly because it looked like it was dragging him through the starting line.
So Young on the Reaper here, but he just leaves Casey right there at the line. Watch this.
There it is. See, it's dragging him
Yeah.
through.
Sure did.
You can see him shaking his head, man.
there's
Super
nothing he can do
frustrating
there.
moment. Absolutely nothing he can do.
So Down will move on.
Yeah, you need to put it up on the 2-step, build some boost, and in order to do that, you've got to have that clutch working perfectly. Cannot engage with the engine, otherwise it's going to drag it through, and clearly it was just barely engaged there, just enough to drag him through for an early start. Effectively a red light, if you want to call it that.
Here's Ryan Santry, the 50th anniversary Yamaha colors. Great looking sled there. Bad Attitude rolling out here with Santry. Or Viney, I should say. Viney on Bad Attitude out of Deerfield, Wisconsin. Suzuki powered Arctic Cat. 1177 cc's. Up against the Yamaha in the other lane. Here we go. And the Yamaha trying to catch him at the far end.
Wow.
But I think it's going to be Bad Attitude getting the win there in the black.
See if we can see there at the stripe. I'm with you, man. It looks like
Sure
near
looks
lane.
like Viney takes the win here.
Tough to tell from that angle for sure. Yeah, so right lane or near lane is what they're saying.
So that
get
would
the
be
win.
Viney.
Take a look right here.
Yeah, that's Viney. And let's go check in with Danny now.
Thanks, guys. Chris Young, we were talking a little bit about you kind of being back out here on a new sled. Take us through your day so far.
Well, last night everything was great. We got a lot of data last night. But then today, went out, all the adjustments we made, everything was good with data, everything was good with programming, everything was great with the sled. and we got to the line, and the sled creeped across the line on us a little bit. It broke the line. We red lighted, and unfortunately, we had a really good fast run. Felt really good. It handled really good, but unfortunately, we're out already. So,
And we move on to Pro Mod. And our first pair is underway. Should be Jimmy Trumbull and Jagger Ashley. And it's going to be Jagger Ashley in the right lane in the Moustakis machine taking the win. So Ashley went out early in the outlaw category, but he'll move on here in Pro Mod. So Demetrius Moustakis has at least one machine moving on to the second round, as they've brought a flotilla of sleds here, Ken, to go racing this weekend. They must have half a dozen different sleds in different categories all ready to go, the Moustakis racing team, and this one with Jagger Ashley is going to move on.
Yeah, and this is the one that Jagger said he was most comfortable with. He said it just shows up on race day every single time, doesn't do anything funny, and he has a lot of confidence in it. Consequently, he'll grab a round one win there. Paul Grady with that two-stroke. You can hear it popping right there. Pretty cool.
Grady in all white and orange. The Grady Motorsports entry. Great sounding machine. He's going to get a single.
His son Dante also here.
So Grady moves on.
Nate Bay not able to make the call. Did a nice interview with Nate last night, man. Great guy. Shame he wasn't able to make the call here in round number one.
Already into our final group.
Looks like they're going to line him up way to the outside. The Bikeman-owned machine.
That's Tomcat ready to go here. Well, that was close at the finish on that one. We're going to have to... Looks like Stelton's going to get credited with the win. Stelton out of Gordon, Wisconsin on Tomcat. That's the machine in the right lane in the green. And he's going to get it right there, and you can see he was pumped. He knew he had it. Everybody else might have been trying to figure it out, but the man in the machine knew. Tyler goes on to round two. Should be seeing Dante Grady now and Tom Newman. Dante out of Columbus, Michigan on the sled known as Final Chapter. And one of those Bikeman sleds is going to be Tom Newman. Newman out of North Branch, Minnesota.
And as you get to the lower classes, you got to take care of everything yourself. So you hop out of the seat, you pick up the bag and get it straight and hop back on.
That's Newman there in the Bikeman machine. And you can see Grady picked up the front, but he got it back down. I think he got to the line first. Not as smooth of a ride for Grady, but hey, it was quicker.
Leaning back just a little bit, trying to transfer some weight back there onto that track.
If you're wondering how these things are able to launch and get all of that, well, you can see Newman left him at the line significantly, Ken, but Grady seemed to make up a bunch of speed at the far end. Let's look at it again. You can see Grady also picking up the front of the machine. It settled back down, and there he got him at the end. Did all of that in just 500 feet.
Yeah, and it looked like Newman had to get out of the throttle, so maybe that thing was pulling him hard to the left.
Candace out of Foxborough, Ontario, Canada. We saw her husband Casey a little bit ago. Casey's had a lot of success. She's in the right lane in the white. You see the ponytail flying up the backside of the helmet, and I don't think she got there. It looks like Bruns just beat her to the line. There's Bruns.
Looks like Bruns with a great start too, man. Yeah, and again there, just kind of picked up the front end of the sled, set it back down. A nice pass from A to B.
And we had fun chatting with Jesse yesterday, talking about his sled, calling it Team Ozempic and the Cheeto.
Rhino-sponsored machine, number 63 of Louis Goldbach out of Iron River, Michigan. Get some help from Hannah Performance, who helps out a number of the sleds out here. Pushing the back of Frank's sled down to get some good grip from those studs. Frank Whitley here in the near lane.
Whitley battled it a little bit, getting it off the line, but not going to be able to make up the difference at the far end. It looks like Lewis Goldbach will move on to round number 2. Frank Whitley and Lewis Goldbach. Goldbach goes right through. Nice run for him on that orange sled. And we go to Danny with the Grotties.
So there's a really cool father-son duo down here in the same class, so that has to add an extra element of competition. Paul, what's it like to be racing against your son out here?
Oh, it's always fun. It's always fun. This has been a long time coming. You know, he's just old enough now to be racing out here. So we got both sleds running, both sleds going fast. We just both made the next round, so we could end up in the finals if things go good.
So Dante, you're one of the youngest guys out here. Experience isn't going to be something that's going to be to your advantage. What would you say is?
Oh, just being the new guy out here, it's definitely a lot of pressure on me, but I'm more than capable to keep up with the Joneses, so we're going to give it our best shot.
Now, there's a saying that father knows best. Are you actually listening to any of his advice or doing it your own way?
Be honest, I'll take his advice, but I do what I want anyways.
So that'll wrap up round number 1, and that's how quickly it goes. Everybody will have a chance to prep them and get them ready for round number 2.
We'll be right back with more Snow Outlaw action after these words. Welcome back here on Speed Sport 1. We're with the IHRA Snow Outlaws in the North Woods of Wisconsin. So we're going to go to Pro 55 here. And Brian Sullivan should be getting a single on that John Deere machine.
No CAS is allowed in this particular class. And as you see, their third line down. No CAS. No, that's not a typo. That's the compressed air system. So not allowed inside of this category. 4 strokes, 2 strokes, as we've seen. But, yeah, 159-inch maximum track length, much like the Outlaws. OEM production style based engines. And, of course, as we talked about, the designation Pro 55, indicating a 55-millimeter turbocharger. Turbo 4-stroke 55 millimeter turbo, 750 pounds, and you can see the different weight breaks here depending on what engine combination you have. The 2-stroke a little bit lighter there at 700 pounds, all the way down to the normally aspirated, so no turbo, no supercharger, no nitrous. Should be a lot of fun as we go to the Pro 55 category here.
Here you're going to have Brian Sullivan getting that bye on the John Deere machine. Matt Musselman will go up against Scott Kostman, and then Chris Young and Kyle Viney.
And how important is that race? Because the winner of the Chris Young-Kyle Viney race is a bye run right into the final. Yeah, Brian Sullivan getting all the gear on, getting all the safety equipment on there, including that kill switch out of Sparta, Wisconsin, and the John Deere-based sled.
Brian says this John Deere machine weighs in about 750 pounds.
And lined up in the right lane, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was in the left lane last time, so he wants to get a look at this
Try
right
the
lane.
other side, yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense. Here he goes. Revs are up, and he's away. The rear end danced around a little bit on him, and he shuts it down.
Yeah, I think that was a planned shutdown, it looked like to me. It was a good shot there, too, to watch him let go of the button on the left-hand side, that pneumatic clutch system that they have.
This next group is going to be Matt Musselman up against Scott Kostman. Musselman out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, Pro 55 winner. First place, Great Lake Pro 55s as well. He's won up in Princeton, Minnesota. He's done some grass drag racing as well. Won there. Serious racer.
Get some help out of from Chad. Jenny, here we go, up on the 2-step.
At the far end, boy, that was a close race. And it looks like Musselman is going to move on. Musselman will put away Kostman. Take a look at it again. Musselman in the right lane.
Show you how
Hunkered down
far
in
off to
there.
the side they go, man. I mean, looking for the sweet spot at the starting line.
He's hunkered down behind that little windscreen and nice solid run.
Another replay here, looking at the finish line. Oh,
Boy,
man. That is a tough one to call
Yeah,
right
they
there.
gave it to Musselman, but I'm not so sure.
Kyle Finney here, line up alongside Casey Down. Keep in mind, whoever wins this one's going to get a bye run right into the final round. Extremely important. They're all important, but this one's a 2-for-1. Oh, man,
Casey
big hole
got
shot. Or did he leave early?
I
We might
thought
have to
he
wait
left
for
a
it.
little early, but
We'll have to wait
let's
for
see.
race control to call that one.
See if we can get a look at it. Again, with no Christmas tree, there's no red light, so it's hard to tell.
I think he left early, man. I mean, I never saw the starter flinch
We don't
either.
see the light,
I
so
thought,
it's hard to
yeah, I
tell.
thought I'd be able to see his arm flinch or move when he hit the button, but he did not, which is exactly what he should do. But it just looked like a way early start to me.
Sure did.
We'll get confirmation here on who won it, but we're thinking Casey Down might have left early.
Let's hear from Matt Musselman, who's with Danny Medine.
Not like we're totally trying to predict the future down here, but on our previous interview, I asked you who you were looking forward to going up against, and it's looking like it's going to be Brian Sullivan. Is there going to be a different setup or strategy going into this next round?
We got to discuss that a little bit as a team. I think that was a pretty good setup right there. It's getting loose. It's going to be a little looser this next round. So we'll make some adjustments to the clutch, adjustments to the engagement, and see if we can get it out and go A to B.
So Pro Mod will be up next. Jagger Ashley still alive in this one.
Yeah, really loves his pro mod.
And he's going to match up with Paul Grotti. This is Ashley right here next to us. Grotti gets left at the line. Looks like he has some mechanical problems. And Ashley's going to roll on through to round 3.
Yeah, he was ready to rip for that one, and unfortunately, Paul's sled not reacting.
So one half of the Grotti's now done for the day. And by the way, Ashley's going to have a bye in that next pair that he would have in round 3. So that was a huge win for Jagger. Should help advance him straight to the finals now. And here we get Stelton and Dante Grotti. Stelton here on Tomcat. Stelton with a good launch. Grotti goes sky high with the nose, and that's going to give Stelton everything he needs to get to the far end on that Yamaha-powered Arctic Cat.
And round 2 proves detrimental for the Grotti team.
As we go back and watch Tomcat here on the right lane. Nice smooth launch, and look how straight it goes down the boulevard here. No problem for Tyler Stelton. And when you talk to these riders, Ken, they tell you the more you see us moving around in the seat, the worse that run is going. They don't want to move at all if they don't have to. Here's the final pair, Jesse Bruns and Louis Goldbach.
Well, another great battle
Oh,
here.
yeah.
It's going to be the inside lane.
I believe that's Goldbach. No, it's Bruns getting the win.
Yeah, and as you talked about, Ashley getting that 2-for-1, he'll go into the final round, and then Stelton and Bruns will square off here to find out who's going to race him. Yeah, nice look there at finish line, Cam. Congrats to our staff out here. Thank them for everything that they've done.
We're coming right back to St. Germain in Wisconsin for more IHRA Snow Outlaws after this.
As the crowd migrates back over here towards the professional racing side of the lake.
Let's check in one more time with Danny.
Thanks, guys. Dominic, you're going to be paired up next to Lenskow in this next round. Are things heating up over here? You seem pretty calm and collective for kind of what's going to be happening next.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely heating up a lot. I mean, we got a 2-cylinder versus 4-cylinder, so there's, of course, a big battle going on with that. Lenskow's on top of his game right now. We're still trying to figure some things out, but we went 108 60 foot that time. We chopped it half track on purpose, to keep everything kosher. So this time we're going to turn her up, and hopefully he's ready.
Here we go. Semi-final round.
Earhart and Anderson. Earhart on the Mamba.
Compressed air system sled there in the far lane. The Mamba here in the near lane.
Revs are up. Lights on and we're racing, and a good one here. Oh, real good race. And it looks like it's going to be the compressed air machine of Anderson going on as Earhart got off to the right. Looked like he was going to the far edge of the racetrack. And Anderson, with a smoother pass, puts it all together and gets the win. He's going on to the finals.
Watch it again, the sled in the far lane, the front end just dancing. The Mamba here in the near lane really picked up the front end. You're right, Ralph. It picked up the front end and it started to go off to the right-hand side. So not only is he traveling a further distance, but it looked like he finally had to get out of the throttle as it was getting over there by the boundary. And maybe back in it. It was close, man, but just not enough. Tyson Anderson doing a great job there as he crosses the stripe first.
So Anderson's going on. Who will he match up with in the finals? Will it be Dominic Ernst on Eagle 1? Or Jonathan Lenskow on the Tasmania? Dominic Ernst, Jonathan Lenskow, ready to go.
Yeah, clash of the Titans here. This is a twin versus the inline 4. Turbo against Screwcharger. The Eagle 1 with the inline 4.
Ernst is away, and he's away far as the chute comes out on Lenskow's. Ernst is going to go on to the main event here with the Snow Outlaws and the IHRA on Little Lake St. Germain as he puts down another great run on Eagle 1, continuing to dominate the field here this weekend.
Yeah, and they finally turned that one up. So Glenn Hall and the boys put the tune-up in that one. They were not taking any chances. They know that twin setup's 150. You can see the emotion there out of Dominic, how excited he is. He knew it was a big run. That sends him to the finals, of course, but that was the lightweight versus the heavyweight. The big horsepower against a little less horsepower.
And for Lenskow, look at the chute comes out right away. It was over right at the line. So that one you didn't need 8 feet, just 8 inches to know it was over.
Yeah, now so again, now we still don't know. We still don't know which one's really faster, based on all conditions being the same. Now we want to know what is the lightweight one at 850 horsepower. How quick is it in comparison with no shootout?
Yeah.
I mean, it killed him right off the bat.
Well, we know Kyle is going to get the bye, so he's going to move on to the final. So it's really going to be this pairing that we're going to see first between Sullivan and Musselman. That's really going to be fun to watch on this Pro 55 to see who Kyle's going to square off against in the finals for Pro 55. And here we go. Sullivan in the left lane. Musselman right here moving over just a hair. Look how much that adjustment was. Then he slams that rear end down into the ice, trying to get those studs to dig in there deep.
Landed.
Some 2 inches in length. They're doing the same thing to Sullivan's machine, Musselman and Sullivan. Sullivan out of Sparta, Wisconsin. Musselman right here, ready to go from Kalamazoo, Michigan. The John Deere machine, the 6-time champ, first one to the far end. He's going on to the finals. Brian Sullivan will show it once again that John Deere machine is the fastest one around as the 6-time champ goes on to the finals.
Another look at it here. Far lane is going to be your winner. And just a really strong launch. I wonder if Musselman set that thing up a little bit too soft and just didn't get the bite at the starting line. Look at the difference in the rooster tail.
That John Deere machine is just digging the whole way down, isn't it?
Sullivan was not playing around, man. Whatever he thought that track could handle is exactly what it got, and it paid off.
And then it'll be Shelton and Bruns. So Ashley will probably do the same. He'll probably roll up here. Yeah, it looks like it. Take a solo run. Check it out. Moustakis machine. There goes Jagger out of New York. And he's already out of the throttle.
Yeah, another planned shut off.
And he's going to take Dominic Moustakis onto the finals and how this final pair goes. So Stelton on his home court here. He's from Gordon, Wisconsin. And he's got Dale Scholl's Tomcat ready to go. 998 Yamaha and an Arctic Cat. Matt Quigley been spinning the wrenches on that thing. Some help from Randy Bruder and Vince Carrain.
Bruns with the Arctic Cat power plant inside of that one. A stock chassis for Bruns.
Yeah, this is Jesse here in the orange.
Troy Larson helping out with the tuning and setup of that one for Jesse.
Jesse comes out of Freeland, Michigan. Troy Larson owns that machine.
998 combo there for the Arctic Cat.
Here we go. Stelton, Bruns.
Oh.
Stelton's been strong in the Tomcat, but he's got his hands full here. That's a close race. It looked like Bruns might have had it at the end. Yes, Jesse Bruns gets the win in the Tomcat, gets trailered.
How about that?
That's a big upset, I got to believe.
We'll go back and take a look at this start and see if Jesse was able to put together.
Tomcat has been putting him down all weekend long, last night and today.
And the rooster tail, you see the big rooster tail, so much larger there in the far lane. That thing was just gripped up full power a little bit quicker, and that's what he needed.
Let's watch it here at the line. You can see Tomcat was coming strong at the end, but I think he's going to come up just a little bit. Look at him closing here. Just ran out of ice. Oh, man, that was close.
That is all
that
but
is
identical.
Very close.
Too close to call by eye, for sure.
They're
Far
saying
lane.
it's Bruns.
They're saying it's Bruns.
So it's going to be.
I think Stelton had the quicker sled, but he just didn't get up
out
on
of the
top
hole.
of the ice quick enough.
Just didn't get out of the hole fast enough, right? So Pro Mod will be Ashley and Bruns. And then in Pro 55, we're looking at Sullivan and Viney. And then as we go on to the Outlaws, the big dogs to close it out, that's where we're going to see Anderson and Ernst. We'll be right back with more Snow Outlaw action after these words. Welcome back to the IHRA Snow Outlaws. Well, the Outlaw final. Sleds are moving into place, and we are about to go. Tyson Anderson in that compressed air supercharged machine out of Esterville, Iowa. Going up against Clinton, Iowa's Dominic Ernst. So Tyson will be in the left lane, the far lane, and Dominic Ernst will be in the near lane in the Eagle One machine. What a pair this is going to be. Here we go. Tyson Anderson in the far lane in the compressed air supercharging machine. And then you've got Dominic Ernst in Eagle One in the right lane. That's Ernst right there in the blue helmet. The Outlaw Finals here at St. Germain. The Snow Outlaws shootout. Ready to go. Great start for Anderson. Could he hold it all the way to the end? It sure looks like it. He is going to put away Eagle One as Tyson Anderson with the big win here in the compressed air supercharged machine. Takes the win. They're reviewing it, saying a red light. Oh, what a shame. They're going to review it.
Yeah, you can see the hands up right there. He might have actually just tipped his cards a little bit when he held his hands up, but he was going for it. So he knew he had to try and get that starting line advantage. We can't tell. We can't tell when the light comes on, but it certainly looks like he
first.
Yeah, and I mean substantially first.
Again, it's so hard from where we're sitting. We're just looking at the monitor. We don't have an angle, and we don't see the light from the starter.
I can't imagine Dominic was that late, but
No, that would be shocking, right? And if Anderson did trigger the red light, yeah, sure looks like it. Again, can't see the light.
I mean, no
'cause
question
there's the
he
light
left
there.
first, but
So we're just waiting for the official call. Another angle here to look at from the drone. Let's see. Now watch the starter. See if you can spot the light coming on. Sure looks like he went early, doesn't it, Ken? I mean, again, I can't really see the light, but boy, just like seems too big of a gap.
Yeah, it was significantly early.
Here's our Pro 55s. Sullivan and Viney.
Sullivan's been on
Sullivan
point
on the
all
John
day,
Deere
man.
gets it. He's been the man all weekend long, and Brian Sullivan will win it here in Pro 55.
Yeah, the 6-time champ knows how to get it done, especially in the pressure rounds. That beautiful John Deere entry and PX55 on the side of it.
And look, he's got the gloves off and the sleeves rolled up a little bit. It's that kind of warm out here.
We'll go back and have a look at the start of this one. Boy, almost identical start out of both sleds.
Sure was, but right here at about half track, you can see that John Deere just pulling away.
Again, I would say look at the rooster tail. The height on the rooster tail from Sullivan's sled is, it looks like another 1.5 feet higher than everybody else's. So tracking that snow all the way back to where it rotates up and kicking it up in the air just has great grip out there. So whatever that suspension setup is and or power, he definitely has a combination down for this soft track.
And our last pair, the Pro Mod main event, is going to be Jagger Ashley and Jesse Bruns. Jagger Ashley out of New York in the Mustakis Racing Arctic Cat machine, going up against Jesse Bruns out of Freeland, Michigan, his Arctic Cat.
Yeah, Jagger trying to make that ride back to Poughkeepsie a little bit shorter.
This is Jesse in the near lane, Jagger in the far lane. Here we go. Good launch by both. Oh, Bruns gets a little out of shape. That might be the advantage for Jagger, and it is. Jagger Ashley will take the win for Mustakis Racing.
Had a great weekend on this Pro Mod sled. Unfortunately, struggled with the other two just a bit. The Outlaw sled not able to make the call here today. They brought 5 sleds out here, and looks like the Pro Mod sled that he had so much confidence in is going to take him to the winner's circle here today.
Boy, they fought through a lot of adversity, this team, as you said, bringing half a dozen sleds out here, and they do get one to the top step of the podium here today in victory lane. Jagger Ashley working hard with that team all weekend long. They found one that could get it all together, and boy, it delivered. And we go to Danny at the far end.
You guys, nothing is sweeter than being right here in winner's circle. There was a little bit of drama right there, but Tyson said he was sure that it was a clean run. You also made the comment that, Blake, you were hoping that you were just going to gather all the data, and you made sure that you had what it took. You guys, you're right where you need to be. Taking home 6K. Blake, first, did you do what you had to do?
I guess we did. It worked out. It wasn't just me. I mean, the whole team. We were thrashing in the trailer right before this. We broke some suspension parts, and when you have an hour between rounds, it's quite a deal to make sure everything came together. But everybody, 515 guys jumped in and helped us out, and Aaron even gave us some parts off his sled, so it worked out, and we made it in the finals.
You know, Tyson, our story this whole weekend was you kind of being the underdog with this new cast system. Wrap it up for us. You're super happy. Your confidence is through the roof. There's going to be another round 3 lakes. What kind of changes are you going to be making?
We might make some changes, make it work a little bit better, but we couldn't be happier with how it worked out today. I don't know if we thought we'd be standing here at the beginning of the weekend, but everything worked out in our favor.
No, that little drama with the possible red light, kind of take us through that as a driver.
I was sure it was green when I went, but I knew it was really close, and when I got back up here, there were some questions, so it certainly makes you worry a little bit, but they reviewed it, and it was clean on the cameras, so we're very happy with how it turned out. It was a really good pass, really good race.
Now, beautiful weather, beautiful race day. Does it get any better than this?
No, beautiful day, isn't it?
All right, you guys. Tyson taking that Outlaw win. First time. Congratulations.
Yeah, really happy for him too that he did his job. I mean, because it looks so blatant. You know, you think that that's probably what happened. Dominic's so good at what he does as well. But you know what? Hats off to Tyson, man, on his game, on that starting line, and because he did his job, he gets the win.
All right, Danny, we got one more winner to hear from.
You know, the guys, the East Coast taking the win in Pro Mod. You managed to get one sled up here in winner's circle. Jagger Ashley, take us through that last round. You made an ECU change. It seemed to be the perfect one.
Yeah, you know, that was spot on. You know, the first one of the weekend for us went well there. And, you know, going down through, I knew I had it right off the line, and it prevailed there. So it was a good run.
I know you were looking forward to have, you know, success in all the other disciplines out here, and that just didn't happen. Is there going to be more pressure on this team going into the next Snow Outlaws round?
Yeah, you know, I have full faith in team owner Demetrius to get those things running right for the finals in 2 weeks here in Three Lakes. So we're looking forward to it.
One word to sum up this sweet victory. What is it?
You know, I just have to say thank you to my whole team out here and my team back at home, starting with Anthony Bosco, ARB Tuning, BTG, Brian Garbus there, and Kenny Nadeau. And then thank you to Jesse from Elevation for the traction products that thrusted us to the win here. And then thank you to my wife and my mother and, you know, watching the kids back at home.
You know, guys, we love snowmobile, and we can't wait to see you in the next round. And, oh, sorry, we got one more.
And last but not least, Craig from Hypersports for the power.
You guys, St. Germain shootout, it was absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. Really set the stage for us in Snow Outlaws. Going into Three Lakes, I think there's going to be some top competitors and some kind of competitors that are looking for specific people to take down in that next round.
Thank you, Danny. Glad to have you on the team this weekend. We will be heading to Three Lakes February 27th and 28th. There's a lookout the far end of the racetrack out into the main part of Little Lake St. Germain. You can see all the snowmobilers out there enjoying the recreational part of the weekend. That'll do it for us here at the IHRA Snow Outlaws St. Germain Shootout. For Danny Medine and Ken Stout, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long for now. We'll see you in a couple of weeks at Three Lakes, Wisconsin. So long, everybody.
Stout out.